A teen's big move across the country morphs into a terrifying mystery for her family that takes years to solve. This is Hold My Sweet Tea. Hey everyone, I'm Pearl.
Sup, bruh and brulettes.
Bralettes? Like bralettes?
Like brulettes. I'm Holly. Wow.
I was
What an
totally
intro.
looking for like something cool to say before, but I couldn't find what I wanted, so
I was just going to say, sup, bruh.
there
And
you
then
go.
I was like, well, what about the brulettes?
The creme bralette.
Ooh, creme brulee sounds really good right now.
Don't talk to me about food.
Right? Yeah, after last weekend, I was like kind of derailed myself on the healthy eating train, and I was like, I want another s'more and some chips. I'm like, no, you got away from this stuff. Leave it alone.
Yeah, it always comes creeping
I
back
know,
in.
and it sucks you back in. And it's like, sugar,
Carbohydrates.
come eat me. It's a little ASMR thing.
Is it fall, y'all?
Oh my gosh, I wish. I keep watching fall videos, just trying to get myself in the mood. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so I'm cranking the AC down.
Oh.
I am closing all the blinds
Nappy nap
and
all day.
trying to cuddle with my cuddleless cats and
All day napping.
Yeah. having a pretend fall day.
I don't know. The closest I'm coming to fall is probably falling down.
I'll probably do that too. My knee buckles going down the stairs. I'll be like, boom! Ah!
Like,
It's fall, y'all.
or I fall, y'all.
I fall, y'all. And I can't get up. Where's my life alert?
Save us.
Right? We haven't quite gotten to the hallucinogenic stage of our job.
No, but it's coming.
It's coming.
Right around my birthday.
Yep. About that time, that's when it gets...
It'll be worse than this, y'all.
Yeah.
So be ready. Buckle up.
Buckle up, princess. So we about to go for a ride. Oh, that sounded nasty.
Yeah.
I just think of, that guy Andrew from TikTok.
Oh my God.
Buckle up, princess. I love him.
That almost made me feel like you were calling me about scary movies.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Or maybe he should do that.
Maybe. He has
Send
a
him a
voice for
message
that.
and be
Yeah.
like, say, can you say this?
Right. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch Scream tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. I'm watching Scream.
Okay. Well,
I need my Matthew Lillard and fix.
I'm glad I could help you
Right.
figure it out.
Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard.
Sydney.
Okay. What do you got for us today?
Not Sydney.
Not Sydney?
No.
Okay.
We're going to
Okay.
talk about Morgan Bauer.
Okay.
She's 19 years old, and she decided that she just wanted to be her own person and do her own thing. And
I mean, she's an adult, so
yeah,
those are adult decisions.
yeah. And she decided that she was going to make a big old move.
Oof.
She was living in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
South Dakota?
Yeah. She caught a ride with a friend to Minnesota.
Minnesota?
And she got on a plane to Georgia.
Hotlanta?
Hotlanta, Georgia.
Girl, go.
She's ready. She wanted to, live in a big city, spread her wings, all that. So she was just really focused on being somewhere bigger, different.
Right.
Getting out of that small town.
And Atlanta is pretty cool. You've just got back from there recently.
Yeah, and her mom said, that she really does everything like 100%. She's a go big girl.
Yeah.
So
to win it.
She was like, go big, I don't want to go
yeah,
home.
Right.
So that was kind of her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she didn't go about it the best way.
Yeah.
Because she actually met a man on Craigslist.
No, not a Craigslist man.
Struck up a deal with
God.
said Craigslist man that she would come and clean his house if he would let her stay with him long enough to get a job, find her own place to live.
Girl, no.
Yeah. So, according to Fox 5 Atlanta, she literally stayed one night.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, that deal didn't work out. There aren't really any details as to why it didn't work. There are reports that say she got kicked out, which was weird because she only stayed one night.
They're like, I've just been traveling. I'm tired. You're getting kicked out. You're tired.
Right.
What?
Right. So it was weird. But Morgan had some previous experience waitressing. But she got tucked into, I guess, like a little seedier occupation. According to officials, Morgan ended up staying at several different motels and was working as an exotic dancer at Top of Gainesville Club. So she was in Gainesville.
Girl,
Georgia.
Get your bag.
I mean, what faster way,
right,
to make enough to get a place?
Exactly.
Now you're on the fast track because now what you plan to do isn't going to work out.
Right.
So you got to make a new plan.
I mean, if I wasn't blessed with the heftiness, maybe I would have been on pole. Like, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows what would happen?
The heftiness. I don't know. That's kind of in now. So,
you're like, bring it on, girl. We like them thick.
Chunky dunks. We can't go all the way up the pole, but there we go. I'll spin around the bottom of it for you.
You could, sit in a bowl of milk. Chunky donks.
Chunky donks. So, I mean, to each his own with their kink.
Right,
there you go.
I was going to say, there's bound to be someone into it.
Right? Here's a straw. Ew. Oh my God.
Okay. Pardon me. I think I threw up in my mouth. Let me get back on track here.
Okay.
Back to Morgan. Not dipping herself in milk.
No, not at all. She was doing her thing.
Yeah. So, acquaintances recall the last time they saw Morgan dancing at the Adult Entertainment Club on February 25th, 2016. That night, Morgan, a coworker, and that coworker's boyfriend had all left together. And when they were interviewed later, they said that they had actually dropped Morgan off at a Citgo station on Highway 278 in Covington, Georgia. She was then seen getting into a green Eclipse. No one knows who the driver of that car was. So, some mysterious Mitsubishi driver picked her up.
Right. Like, was he from
the gas
Craigslist
station.
too? Like, weird.
I don't know, but absolutely weird.
Yeah.
Morgan would then post a video on social media the following day, And in that video, Morgan appeared to be at the Porterdale Yellow River Park, and there appeared to be a man behind her, like following behind her in the clip, but nobody knows who this man is. And you said, like, in your last episode, the Delphi stuff, and I was just like, this reminded me of that.
This him following,
like, there's a video and there's some strange dude behind you that nobody knows.
Yeah, that's scary.
Unfortunately, past this clip on the 26th, Morgan would not be seen or heard from after. It's really messed up when we get further into this, but I guess I should have told people in advance.
Disclaimer.
It's gross, and there's some, lifestyle choices that were made not by Morgan, but by people who did things to her.
Okay. So, listener discretion advised. You don't like that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And, you think about it, because this girl got all the way in Atlanta and is basically having to go directly into survival mode. So I get that a lot of people are probably thinking, I mean, she's a stripper.
Right.
What'd she expect?
Right. And what did she expect moving down here for Craigslist? But she was probably a small town girl in one of those states.
Exactly. And that's why
she wanted out.
Yeah. And I'm sure she didn't find that this, anything was wrong with it. And let's be real. Her mom was probably like, this is not safe. I'm really concerned about the choices you're making. But at 19, you know what? You're like,
I'll do what I want.
I know everything. This. Yeah, I'm fine. Just like yours.
Yeah, right.
I'm a teenager and I know it all. So this is the theme this week.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Crazy little know-it-all teenage girls.
It took me till I was 30 to go, shit, my parents were right.
Yeah. So, I mean, she fell off of social media, which is something that she was always on.
Yeah.
She was always in contact with her best friend, and, there would usually still at least be snaps or whatever, little things. You can see part of her head, I'm sure. Just like my kids do that crap to me. They send me these Snapchats of
they're their eye and a forehead. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what is this for?
Right. Why
but hey, I'm alive, Mom, I guess. Yeah. So, her phone had either died or been turned off post that the video and stuff like that. So there was no pinging it to try to find out where she was, because it was just dead.
Yeah.
On July 27th, 2023, this is how long it's taken to really do anything. They've questioned people, they've done all the things that you would normally do in 2016 after somebody goes missing.
Right.
And so at least, they were investigating, unlike in your case.
Right. Nothing.
So they were looking, but weren't getting very far. There was a tip. There are no details of said tip, but this is what led them on July 27th, 2023. It was the FBI, multiple local law enforcement agencies, all kind of came together and served a warrant on a property that was less than a mile from the park where Morgan had taken that video.
Right.
So this is another instance where this property that they're searching is now owned by different people. It's not owned by the same people that had it before.
Okay.
So whole new set of folks owning this piece of property, which is pretty expansive. So that it was a lot of land that they were searching. The search warrant was obtained based on credible information, according to the Porterdale Police Sergeant Michael Walden. He didn't reveal any further details about the tip, and it was also stated during an afternoon press briefing that items of evidentiary interest were retrieved. They did not state what those items were. However, a couple months later, they arrested 2 people. Jonathan Alexander Warren and Katelyn Globe were extradited from other states in early August 2023. It came to be known later that those items were actually the bones of Morgan Bauer that were found on that property.
Oh, wow.
Warren was originally arrested in Los Angeles on, this is the fun part, murder, obviously, aggravated assault, concealing death, and tampering with evidence. All of these are felonies.
Mm-hmm.
Once he was brought back to Newton County, they added the charge of necrophilia.
Oh, my God. No. No, Ted Bundy. No.
Yeah. And that's why I said, ew, gross.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I would assume everyone knows what necrophilia is.
Do you see this look on my face over here?
Yeah,
I'm like,
gross face. I mean, he essentially sexually assaulted a dead body.
Yeah.
So,
gross.
yeah. Globe was arrested in Peoria, Illinois. She was also charged with concealing a death and tampering with evidence. And then when they brought her back to Newton County, they added murder and malice murder, as well as an aggravated assault charge. It is unclear how they knew Morgan.
Yeah.
Like, nobody
that's
really
weird.
knows.
Was it just like a random chance, like
they just,
upon her or
maybe.
something? Or were at the club where she was at and was like,
yeah, they've
her.
not spilled the deets on that. So
somebody needs to start deeting.
Yeah. The details of Bauer's death contained in the indictment are just gruesome. She was strangled to death by Warren and Globe. They then cut up her body and set it on fire.
Oh my God.
During this gruesome act, at some point, is when Warren performed sexual acts on Morgan's deceased body. Not specifically as to when or what, thank goodness, because I didn't want to read it.
Yeah, I don't want to throw up.
Me either.
And fun fact, that's why most undertakers and things like that and people that work in a mortuary are female because...
Yeah, I mean,
gross.
You always have to wonder.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
What are these dudes really doing to the
middle of the night?
Dead women.
Exactly. And they've caught them doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's mostly female workers in there.
Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. That says a lot about you.
Because they don't see a person. They see an opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is very, very sad. I would hate to think I've had my grandmother pass when I was 16 or something. And I think a lot of that was happening around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And all I could think was like,
right.
Like, would you really do that? Like, sitting there fondling dead lady boobies.
Right.
I'm just like, wow.
You're like, I'm going to sit with her body until she's...
Right. Can I just watch you do everything? Because I want to make sure my grandmother doesn't get molested while she's dead.
Because you look creepy.
Right. Lots of them do. And I'm not saying everyone who looks creepy molest corpses.
No,
but,
not at all. And not everybody that works in a, funeral home and mortuary and all that does that. But
no.
Like it is mainly females now because
there was definitely a stint where that's crazy. So in January 2024, Warren actually pled guilty to state charges of malice murder, tampering with evidence, concealing the death of another, and necrophilia. He literally entered a non-negotiated plea, which means there was no deal. Like, there was no, if you plead guilty, we'll do this or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, none of that. He wasn't offered a deal. He decided to do this himself.
Yeah.
He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. For whatever reason, I don't think the death penalty was like an option. But I think initially he had asked for it.
Well, yeah, because it's like,
He doesn't
I don't
want
want
to live
to
with
spend
himself
I don't want
now.
to live with myself now. I don't want to live in prison the rest of my life. Just go ahead and kill me.
But apparently he has apologized and knows that he can't be forgiven, but he's trying to atone for what he did.
As Blanche Devereaux says on TikTok, trash.
Yeah, trash. For sure.
And if y'all don't follow her, you should.
You should. Absolutely. And Andrew.
Right, and
Follow
Andrew.
them both. They're great. They're funny. As late as September 2024, the indictment against Globe is still pending. So, like, literally can't find a single solitary thing about her actually going to court. I keep finding articles where they're like, oh, it got continued to this date or whatever. How long do you hold on to somebody? I also did an inmate search because me being me,
right.
I'm like, where's she at? What's she doing? Nowhere.
Can't find her.
So I'm like, is she even in jail?
Right.
Is she, like, did this just, like, go hush-hush and they just let her go? What?
Yeah.
Like, did she, talk in the beginning?
Yeah.
Is that why he decided to go on and plead guilty? Because he didn't want to deal with all that,
Yeah. Well, that was like my first case with Beatrice Routh. I could not find anything on her mother after she was released. Nothing.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that people are so into the public eye and then boom, disappear.
Yeah. And there was like so many people who were sending like terribly mean messages to her mother and other people in her family.
Yeah.
Which is why I said what I said earlier. Her mom actually even said, this isn't a story about a girl who was asking for it or who should have known better. This is about a girl who is missing and needs to come home safely.
Right.
It doesn't matter. She's worth everything and she's so loved. We want to focus to just be about Morgan and finding her. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, that's so sad that people would be like I said, oh, judgmental because she went on Craigslist and moved and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the details of everything that happened and the misfortune of finding out how strangers truly are.
Right.
This is not her fault.
Right. Because if she would have moved there with like a dream and worked a regular job and something like this happened, oh my God, this is such a tragedy. But they're going to judge her because of how she did it and what she was doing.
Right.
It's disgusting.
It's automatically the girl's fault.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. I just think it's messed up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely is.
I know that like her parents, her mom especially, was like grateful they didn't have to go through a trial and having to listen to that guy, but
the details,
but
and
there's
everything,
like she said, I'm glad he chose to take responsibility for his actions, but there's no such thing as justice or peace in something like this. She's like, it's still like, it doesn't matter that he's in jail. It doesn't bring her back.
Yeah.
Which is true.
It doesn't make her feel any better. Like, she lost her daughter.
Exactly.
In a cruel and unusual, like, way, and that'll never heal.
Yeah. There were obviously victim impact statements, and Morgan's mom said that she felt like Morgan's stepmom, like, kind of said everything for everyone else. She said that, like, I had stuff to say, but, like, and she said, but Leah went first. Leah is the stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
She said she went first, and we're kind of glad she did, because she basically, summed everything up. And, like, they had other people still go after her. Her mom chose to go much later but I'm just going to read you what Leah said. My name is Leah. I'm Morgan's stepmom. I came into Morgan's life in 2010. Morgan was just starting her freshman year of high school. Morgan was like any other girl at that age. Our relationship grew, and as with any teenager, sometimes it was great, other times it was rocky at best. I laughed with her, hugged her, dried her tears, cried with her, and celebrated her. I loved her. She had a great relationship with my kids and my family. She wasn't always perfect. Children seldom are, and nothing is perfect in a blended family, but we had some really great moments. I had been in Morgan's life for 6.5 years before she went missing. She has now been missing longer than I got to be with her. She was the only daughter I will ever have, the only sister our boys will ever have. When kids grow up, they lose touch with their parents at times, and then grow closer as they mature and realize that their parents aren't as dumb as they once thought they were. We don't get to do that with Morgan. Everything that was taken from Morgan was taken from us. We don't get the opportunity to see her do anything that kids do when they grow up. She will never get married. Her dad will never walk her down the aisle. She will never have children. She will never have our grandchildren. Her brothers will never have an adult relationship with her. The horrific things that were confessed to and turned up in the investigation are all we have left, and are things that no parent should ever have to hear. And that's where she left it.
That's so sad.
Yeah. And I mean, I wouldn't want to hear it. And thankfully they didn't have to. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they had to hear it initially, obviously, because
Yes.
they know exactly what happened. But at least they didn't have to go to trial and try to argue with this man and be like, you did this.
And hear words coming out of his mouth. And
yeah,
that would have been disgusting.
So it is my assumption that Warren and Globe were in some sort of relationship at the time that they did all of this, and then separated and went to their respective states, whatever. But I am still like infuriated with the fact that there is nothing
on her.
It's almost like in this moment she got away with it somehow.
Yeah.
So
she like joined some commune or something and
I don't know.
Went off grid.
But I'm going to tell you right now, if any of you see anything about Katelyn Globe, send me a message because I want to know, because it's driving me batty.
Yeah,
exactly. I can't find a single thing, and I can't find her. Don't know where she is. So, I'm asking all you folks that don't work 97 hours a week.
Right.
Like I am right now. To please, if you find something because you're curious and you go snooping around, let me know. Send it.
While you were reading that, I was like, I closed my eyes and I was like, I'm going to sit here and fall asleep.
Oh my gosh, don't do that.
To your words. I'm like,
I'm going to start doing bedtime stories.
Yes.
On Audible.
Read me to sleep.
Read people to sleep.
Yes. That would be awesome.
I'm not sure if that was a compliment or not, but I'll take it.
It was a compliment. That's why I was like, it was soothing. And I was like, I'm just going to go to sleep here.
So, yeah. That's where I leave you.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. I didn't want to get too stupid with the necrophilia stuff.
Yeah, but just, you know.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, it's gross.
Yeah. It's disgusting. They find people all the time that do that. And I'm around this area, there's been a big crop up of people that are doing sex trafficking and internet sex crimes and stuff. I have seen so many lately, and I'm like, good for y'all.
Yeah.
That you've been investigating and catching these assholes, because ew.
Yes. Ew is right. Also, I meant to actually talk about this in the beginning, and I completely forgot about it, but we'll throw it in right here.
Absolutely.
Did you see the story about a man who put his Chihuahua puppy in an oven,
No.
turned it on, put a chair in front of it because the dog was barking.
Oh my God. He deserves the same fate. Put him in a cremation chamber right now.
I'm like, what the hell?
Then why do you have a puppy?
And why'd you turn it on?
Yeah.
Like, he tries to say, oh, I didn't mean to hurt it. Oh, yeah, you did. You turned the oven on.
You put it in there and
you
turned it on.
cooked this dog
Ugh.
to death.
I hate that.
And he apparently came outside holding this dog, telling other people, I think something's wrong with my dog.
You think you just cooked your dog? Serial killer.
It's not breathing.
Right.
Duh. Yeah.
I hate people. I hate humanity.
It's disgusting.
Especially when people like that, like every day you hear the most disgusting crap, and it's like we walk among these people.
Yeah, every day. They come to our workplaces.
Yep. You pass them in the store, which I try to avoid and order groceries online. But if I have to go, I'm like, ugh.
Some of us are living with these people and we don't know it yet. Yeah, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
ugh.
And you can chalk some of it up to mental illness, but some of it is just plain ass, ignorant, hateful meanness.
Right. Evil.
Evil. Absolutely. That was completely evil.
Yes.
And
what happened to Morgan?
Yeah.
Also completely evil.
Right. And that dude is going to be Ed Gein one day.
Yeah.
Because gross.
I was like, bury him but under the jail. I know he didn't do this to a person, but he deserves the same thing as if he did.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I said. Put him in the crematorium.
So,
alive. I'm all for torture.
Eye for an eye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Under his eye. Did you finish watching the last episode of Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, spoiler alert. If you haven't, you probably don't want to listen anymore.
Oh my gosh. Like this, it's insane.
Uh-huh. I was like, what?
Yeah.
No way.
No way. Yeah.
But it was very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleased. At first, like, it seemed like it was going to end in a different spot.
Yeah,
and I went
weird because it started like doing this whole like montagey thing, and I'm like, what's going on
I was
here?
like, this surely cannot be the end.
No.
I will be angry.
You better not cut this episode short.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then it sorted itself out.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But you almost made me mad.
Don't Game of Thrones us.
No. Don't anger me.
Right?
This is not the time.
Exactly. It's summer. It's hot and sweaty in the south and gross. Boob sweat and swamp butt.
You got the thing I sent you?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't looked at anything today.
Well, speaking of boob sweat.
Oh gosh.
And swamp ass. It's a whole song that
oh my gosh
did, and I love it, and I sent it to you. So
okay.
you have to
I
watch it. I
literally have not even looked at my phone today.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Cool.
You'll wish you had heard it before you said what you said.
I will go watch it as soon as we're done with this.
So, our theme music is by Patty Salzetta.
Patty brings us happiness and sunshine.
Yes, she does. She's a joy.
She's probably like, yeah, that's me.
And of course, if you guys want to partake in some of that joy and sunshine, go follow Wonderkind.
Yes.
The band.
The band.
And check her out somewhere because she's totally fun. Totally worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Make your whole night. Go watch.
She's awesome and funny.
Yes. And if you guys have anything, you find something about this chick who I am mad about not knowing what the heck's going on with her, Katelyn Globe, Lyn, at the end of that Kate.
Yes. Katelyn.
And globe, just like
That
a globe.
the
Earth.
round thing that was in your history class.
Yes. The earth is not flat.
Uh-oh, you just started a war.
Well, you know what? War with me
Bring it.
in the email steeped
There we
at
go.
homemysweetea.com.
Exactly. Let's go.
Whatever I got to do to get attention.
Bring it on. Oh, it's already been brought.
That's right.
Hold My Sweet Tea is a Drunken Bee production.
Bzz.
And you guys stay safe out there. And just because we're dipping or chunky dunking doesn't mean you can't keep sipping.
Bye. Go Toros.